Good morning, Watcher of Realms. What is up, guys? Blunt Guts here. I'm going to go over everything that is happening in Watcher of Realms this week, and we got a lot to talk about. We've got a patch coming. We've got banners. Wukong banners still up. Yuri Phineas is still up. We've, of course, got Cassiel and Aracha, a little bit more controversial there, but that is still up and available. So take a second, click that thumbs up button, like the video, help promote my channel. Makes a gigantic difference, so thank you in advance for doing that. Subscribe if you are not subscribed. Let's go talk about what's coming down the pipeline in Watcher of Realms this week. So I just mentioned it, but we still do have all of these banners going on right now. So this is a weekend where the banners have all extended into Monday. So we've got somewhere in the neighborhood of, let's see, 12 hours and 39 minutes as of the filming of this video before all of these banners do disappear. The other thing to consider right now, as far as this event page is concerned, is the Shard Summon for Vixera, who is the epic version of Nastya, the epic poisoner, Esotericist Lord. Now, I do believe that the final event is this Forgotten Palace tournament that is going on right now, but you, of course, can still get some stuff in Arrival of Heroes. There are shards available in the Brave Conquest, the Spiritual Altar, the Tales of the Smith, the Corridor of Glory. Those are all going through the end of today as well. So if you have not collected enough Vixera shards, make sure that you get them. She is good for an Epic Lord. I don't know that she's going to be available in Ancient Summons for a long, long time. What is it? Abizu was not available in Ancient Summons. What we don't have right now is any information about next week's banners. Now, but while there's been no official announcement about a banner coming this weekend, this image was posted on the official Discord, a guide collection of Hex and Zaris. I think more than likely this is going to be our banner this weekend starting on Friday, June 6th. But in lieu of talking about the upcoming banners, I think I do want to talk about the upcoming anniversary event, which is coming probably in 2 to 3 weeks right now. Last year, it did premiere on June 24th, so the third weekend in June. And I think this is kind of the last opportunity for all of us to really start battening down the hatches, collecting as many resources as we possibly can. Probably a new limited between now and mid-July. There's probably going to be a rerun of somebody like Kagiri, potentially. I do think that he is going to be coming at some point in the next month at the very least. We'll have to wait and see exactly how that all pans out. Let's go talk a little GvG. All right, guys, we are going into the final week of Season 8. This is your last opportunity to get those wins, get yourself into Overlord as a guild. On Wednesday, June 4th, we are going to have the penultimate match, the second to last match of Season 8. After that, of course, we will have the last match starting on Friday, June 6th. So it's a big one. It's a big one. If you are a serious GvG player, then this is really crunch time. If you have been following along, we do have Immortal Elite, of course, still in first place. Although, worth noting, just hats off to the Shire, who for some reason they're in fourth right now, but they did manage to knock off Immortal Elite. Nicely done, guys. We do have Dragon Slayers numero uno in numero dos. We've also got Awakened Chaos, who we actually did face in the first match last week. We lost to them. They are in number 3. The Shire is at number 4. And then we've got this guild right here. It always does seem to be near the top at the end of the season, so kudos to them. They are clearly making their ascent right now. And then there's a little old Celestial Arbiters, my guild. We are at number 16 right now. We went 1-1 last week. I do believe we need to get to 1365 or so in order to have a good shot at getting into Overlord, which does mean that we likely have to win one of the 2 matches we do have this week in order to end up in Overlord. We are probably going to be going up against one of the guilds that is on the screen right now, whether that be Nadenlos, Crimson Peak, Smash Pandas. If we did end up facing Smash Pandas, that would just be atrocious. That would be the 3rd time this season, but it would not be the first time that's happened to me, so it would not shock me. Give me that banner, please. We're so goddamn close. We're so close. So close. Next up, let's talk about Arena. AoE DPS is going on right now in the middle of the week. Starting on Wednesday, we will have Single Target Arena, which is what we closed out on at the end of last week. And finally, we've got Anti-Air Arena coming up. Just a reminder, but the shop did reset at the end of last week, so if you haven't purchased your Legendary Skill Crystal, Ancient Summons, Legendary Summons, all that jazz, it is once again available, so make sure you snag those while you can, especially with a lot of good banners likely coming up in the next month or so. This is going to be important. Snag as many resources as you possibly can. That is my humble advice. While we're over here in the Dwarven Association, let's go take a look at the Awakening shop, because some of my most exciting purchases every week have now been coming out of this shop. So I'm super psyched to show you what we got on tap this week. We got to talk about the Soulstones and the Demon Soldiers here, and unfortunately, this is not going to be a good week for Soulstones. We've got Shamir, we've got Edith, 2 very underwhelming heroes. Shamir is honestly, I would say untapped potential. I actually kind of like Shamir. I know that's a bit of a hot take right there, but I do really like Shamir. He's often put on the level of like a Cratch or an Azor or something like that. I think that is just wholly inaccurate. But I digress. Edith, on the other hand, is she's not very good. She really has one purpose, and that's in Gear Dungeon 2 exclusively because of her knockback, and you do not need any awakenings to make her more viable there. You also don't need any skill ups to make her viable there. So I would not worry about buying either one of these Soulstones, because while I do like Shamir, he's not worth spending Legendary Awakening coins on, and certainly Edith is not either. Now, the legendary Demon Soldier that we do have, which again is available for Legendary Awakening coins, is the Knight of Destruction. Great Demon Soldier, but not game-breaking enough that I would spend what would have to be, I guess, 50 per purchase, but potentially 150 total Legendary Awakening coins to get, 30 shards of him, which is just not worth it, in my opinion. The same epic Demon Soldiers that are available for the Legendary Awakening coins are also available in smaller quantities, albeit for epic Awakening coins. And I think among these three, we've got the Scalekin Shaman, we've got the Scourge, and we've also got the Abyssal Beholders. All good Demon Soldiers. If I was going to rank them, I would say, as far as importance is concerned, unquestionably the Shaman is the best of the bunch. And then, you could have a debate about whether or not the Scourge or the Abyssal Beholders are more important. I'd probably side with the Beholders, but there are some really compelling attacks that you can do with the Scourge as well. I'm going to buy all these. All these are useful. All of these are Demon Soldiers that I do use. I probably use the Shaman and the Abyssal Beholders a lot more than the Scourge, but I have been using the Scourge a bit lately. So I do want to give a brief update on Tower of Deception. Not a whole lot to talk about here, other than the fact that nobody's really had much success against either of the last two stages in this game mode. Nobody, I repeat, nobody has beaten level 30. The Hidden Chamber has been beaten, and people have done it with one of these clicked. I don't know which one. Rough, I mean, hats off to Moonton. I know a lot of people are probably frustrated with this. I can understand why you might be frustrated, but I don't think it's the worst thing in the world to have some content that is not beatable right on release. At some point, somebody is going to break through, whether it's because somebody figures something out or because a new hero does enter the fray that has solved some of the problems that these stages are causing. But it's not a bad thing to have something to aspire toward. It gives us a reason to keep developing our account, in my opinion. All right, finally, let's go through the patch notes here. I'll try to be brief, but there is a lot to go over here, so I'm trying to catch it up. Unfortunately, the thing that I was most excited about is not being included in this update, and that is the gem enhancement that we are going to be getting to add some more flexibility to our gearing options, as well as Maloric's Hall of Wonder or whatever, I don't know, whatever it's called, but the thing where you get runes and then you can use them to open up stages, and then you get some pretty juicy rewards, honestly, from what I have seen on Forerunner. But those runes are hard to come by, in my experience. Really does mean that you want to be clearing as high in the gear raids as possible, because I feel it on my Forerunner account. I did over 200 runs in gear raid 321 on my Forerunner account yesterday, and I got big old 0 runes from that, so not even any of the green ones. So it was pretty rough. I was expecting at least a better drop rate than that, but why would I in this game, right? So that was probably kind of unrealistic of me. But in any case, let's talk about what they are going to be including in this June patch. We're probably going to have to wait until July to see the gear enhancement stuff, unless they decide to push a special patch for it sometime in the next couple weeks. But let's start off with the hero adjustments here. We do have Demi getting her rework finally in here. I'm not going to go through all of this. It is a lot, but it does seem like they've largely kept her kit intact while making some slight adjustments, in particular to the way that her Lord bonus does work, where it now will be increased damage depending on the number of enemies that are in the basic attack range for her faction allies. On top of that, we do see some buffs to the damage that she does, reduction in rage costs, as well as some increases to penetration and things like that. She does seem like she's going to be a better hero, but this is not going to be a game-breaking change where she all of a sudden becomes like a triple S tier hero. Guild War Season 9 is going to start along with the Gladiators Gauntlet for Season 8. I'll put out some content on the new map sometime in the next week or two. The gauntlet will last until the 21st of June, so looks like about, 9 days start to finish once the actual matches do begin, so be interesting to see. Again, will be a field of 256, and the top 128 will receive that special skin. I forget who it is. It's Aveline, if I'm not mistaken, so another epic, one that is not used in Guild Wars, so I don't know why they keep doing this. It would be nice if they started adding some skins for heroes that are actually used in the content that's rewarding it, but, just a thought, just a note, Moonton, something to consider going forward. They are adding the Guild Wars sandbox feature, which is what they are calling the ability to attack your own defense, a defense that you do set yourself, which is, oh my god, People have been asking for this, both in my videos, I've seen the suggestions forever, for so long. This is just one of the most wanted GvG features that has been requested over and over again. Next up, and this is another really big quality of life change that they are making, Drake's Chasm, Immortal Codex, Gear Raids 1, 2, and 3, and Artifact Material Raid are now going to save the gear and artifacts info of the current lineup when saving autofight records. That means the next time you click autofight, the gear and stats of your heroes will be saved from the time when that auto fight was recorded, which means that if you've moved gear, it will still function correctly, which is a massive change. All of the gear switching was driving me crazy. It really, really is a unnecessary time sink that I'm so glad that they are doing this, especially on Abyss 1. You have somebody geared slightly differently and it tanks the entire run. You have to watch it like a hawk. I'm so excited that this is a change that they are making. On top of that, they are going to be adjusting the Abyss 1 rewards. They're reducing the drop rate of random mythic gear chests, which is great because that gear is a waste all the time. I have not gotten a single piece that I wanted to keep from Abyss 1, I don't think. They've added variant gear drops. That's good. If you want to give me some variant gear, I'll be very happy about that. They've added Titan Meteorites and Wisdom Meteorite drops to the loot table, which is nice. And they have also removed certain low value rewards. We'll have to see exactly how that manifests. I know that it's on Forerunner right now, but I don't know exactly what they have removed, but that is great. Finally, the other thing that I think is worth noting here is that they are adding new content this patch as well. They are going to be adding in hard and expert difficulties for chapters 9, part 1, and part 2. So that is a bunch of new, that's like 30 new stages at higher difficulties. I guess it's not new stages, it's old content, but new difficulty level, new challenges. I do like that. So I think that's going to be fun. And of course, some more rewards that are going to go along with it. Next up, Arena, Lady Alexander Gripers. Gripe no more. You are going to be getting extra Apex coins, which will help you purchase Lady Alexandra sooner, both based on which arena tier you do finish in at the end of the week, as well as the per battle Apex coins that you are going to receive. So Lady Alexandra should be much easier to get and much more accessible to a broader section of the player base, which I think is wonderful. They are going to be giving a Lady Alexandra skin to anybody that has already purchased her and is in the top 600. I don't know what that means exactly. Yeah, I think it must be the first 600 people that had purchased her would be my guess. I don't know. On top of that, I guess as kind of an appeasement mechanism, they are going to be giving out 1,000 to 3,000 Apex coins depending on your top finish since the beginning of the year, since January 1st, 2025. As I was saying, they will be giving out a skin to the server's top 600, whatever that means. They need to hire somebody that speaks English to write these things. Please, I'm just saying, like, English is a first language. I recognize you think that this is fine. I'm telling you, as a native English speaker, it is not. And this is not the only example of that, so please, please, please prioritize communication in all aspects of this game. In any case, there will be a skin. It looks like the skin is not going to come out till October, so we've got a long time until that does come out. But if you are in this ambiguous top 600, then you will get a token to get the skin for free. Otherwise, you will be able to purchase it in the shop if you do so choose. And then the last thing that I am going to talk about, although there's a bunch of stuff that I have skipped in here, so if you are really curious, I would encourage you to go back through and just read through everything. But the last thing that I personally think is significant is that once the patch is deployed, when you do sell an exclusive artifact, you will get back exclusive artifact materials, which is a needed change. At least we're going to get something back for an exclusive artifact when it is unneeded or unwanted, because that is just such a disappointment, as you're probably likely to see as I go and do my rewards in a second and pull something that I do not want. But yeah, that is nice. On top of that, they are going to backdate it, which is really nice, meaning that if you have sold exclusive artifacts in the past, they are going to provide you with the equivalent amount of currency that you would have gotten. And that is the patch. It will be deployed on Wednesday evening, starting at about 11:15 Eastern Standard Time in the US. Adjust your time zone to that if you are trying to figure out when it will be deployed for you. But yeah, very nice. They're going to give us 500 whole diamonds. Apparently, this downtime is worth 5 times as much as the Vorn fiasco. So yeah, interesting math they did there. No, I'm not going to stop harping on that. All right, it's my favorite time. Let's go see what the weekly reset rewards have in store for me this week. The Drake's Chasm. The Drake's Chasm. Let's see what we got. Nightmare 4 we're going to start off with. Nothing all that exciting there, although we got some Awakening coins. I do love Legendary Awakening coins are a hot commodity. We got 200 gems, so that's a win as far as I'm concerned. Let's see what Nightmare 3 has in store for me. Nothing exciting there. Can we get some gems? We got some gems and a rare summoning crystal. I need as many of those as possible with the anniversary coming up, so I am happy about that. 121 and counting right now. Let's take a look at Abyss 1. Maybe that will do a little bit more for me. Gold chest. What we got? That is solid. Yeah. I like all 3 of those rewards. That is great. That is great. And this is the kind of thing that hopefully we are not going to be seeing moving forward. Flat HP main stat, just awful. The rest of these rewards, I like this. The refining crystal is nice, but otherwise, not too enthused. I do like that. Yeah, hell yeah. Imperial Pharaoh Guard shards. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's take a look at Guild Boss 2. So as always, we're going to start with APOC 1. Let's see, my streak of getting one of these ancient summons initially is intact, but we did not get any other ones in here, which does suck. That's unfortunate. I'm going to take the Mythic Artifact Essence Shards here. I want as many of those as I possibly can get. I'm now at a point where I feel like I've gotten all of the exclusive artifacts that I want at level 25 to that point, so I'm going to continue taking that until I'm a little bit closer on that front. Let's take a look at APOC 2, see how this works out for us. Got some materials there. We got Mythic Artifact Essence there. Ooh, so this is only 3 ancient summons. This is kind of how I qualify my success in Guild Boss 2 rewards. Only 3 this week, so not the greatest week. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, once again, we're going to be going for this Mythic Artifact Essence. I think that is the best value there, so that's what we're going to do each and every time. Let's head on over to Void Rift. All right, I'm going to snag these rewards, and then we are going to go and do a little exclusive artifact summoning. Hopefully we get something good. No legendary skill crystal in this one. We did get 4 pieces of gear that I'm sure I don't want. So, yeah, nothing there. This is the kind of stuff that does not need to be in Abyss 1. Yeah, that thumbs up. I do not think so. All right, I got 12 of these that I can summon. We're going to start off with a 10 pull. We'll do a couple singles afterwards. Let's go, baby. Give me something good. Give me something good. I don't know if I would call that good, but I did get and a Racha one. I think I only have the base copy of this, so getting more of them is not a bad thing. It'll be useful for me at the very least. It's actually a pretty solid artifact. So unfortunately, she's not all that great, so enhancing her is not super great either, but the artifact itself is pretty solid. I do appreciate you all tuning in. Thank you so much. Hopefully this was informative, helps you out during the week as we do get into this week in Watcher of Realms. Take a second, click that thumbs up button before you go. Subscribe to my channel if you did enjoy my content. I would really appreciate it. It's a free way you can support my channel, and it really does mean a lot to me, so thanks in advance if you can do that. I will catch you all next time.